Ghost-faced bastard! You killed my pan!
Alright, I'm gonna do kind of a quick review here. I just got done watching the new Purge movie, Purge Anarchy. Actually, it doesn't come out until next week, I think. I got to see an early screening, and I didn't have any plans on seeing this at all. I actually never saw the first one, but never say no to a free movie, especially when it comes out early. So, like I said, never saw it, never saw the first one. You don't really need to see the second one. I had a pretty good understanding of, what the plot of the first one was. And I was kind of surprised that they came out of the second one, because the first Purge had a good idea. I think the story was interesting, but it didn't really get very good critical reviews or anything like that. But they greenlit a sequel, obviously. So it's written and directed by the same guy, James DeMonico. And the first movie, even though I didn't see it, I know the basic plot was it's kind of like a home invasion story. So there's a wealthy family that's stuck in their house, kind of like Hostage or The Strangers, or take your pick, Last House on the Left, something like that, home invasion. This one kind of flips it around a little bit. Instead of a family trapped inside of the house during the Purge, it's a group of people that are trapped outside during the Purge, and they need to get inside. And so if you haven't seen the first one, like me, the Purge, the stories take place a little in the future, not too far in the future, but the world is kind of ruled differently, and they've come up with this holiday that once a year, all sorts of criminal activity are legal for 12 hours. So from 7 at night till 7 the next morning, there are no law enforcement, no cops, no ambulances, no firefighters, anything like that. And so anybody that's out can do whatever they want, any sort of criminal activity. And it's called purging. And so if you don't want to be part of it, you lock yourself in your house and try to stay secure. And I think that was kind of a bigger plot point of the first one, I believe. So the first one had bigger names. Ethan Hawke and Lena Headey were a family, and I think they were rich, and so they could afford like a really fancy security system and all that. I'm not sure how it all played out because I didn't see it. But this one takes a little different approach. So there's 3 different groups, and the first pair or group is kind of a lower income family, a mom and a daughter, Ava and Callie, and they live downtown, and they're not doing very well financially. They're trying to get money for their dad's medical needs and everything like that, and they're at a high risk for the Purge because they live downtown, and that's where everybody kind of purges. And the poor areas, people go there to pick people off because they don't think anybody's going to care if they get murdered or whatever. Second group is not husband and wife, a couple, Shane and Liz. And I could have sworn that the guy in this couple was Dennis from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Glenn Howerton. But it's not. I had to look it up. They look very similar. It's a different actor. His name's Zach Gilford. I don't know him. But anyways, there's this couple, and they're having a rough go at it in their relationship. And they're down in the downtown area, and their car breaks down. Bad time to break down, right, during the Purge. And so they're in trouble. And then the third guy is, you don't really get his name until later. He gets kind of referred to as something. And he's played by Frank Grillo, and sadly, he's probably one of the only guys I really recognized actor-wise. Frank Grillo has been in supporting roles in Captain America, Winter Soldier, Zero Dark 30, Warrior, kind of usually doing some sort of military role or something like that. So he's on his own, and he starts out, and he's actually all armed to the teeth. He's going out to be part of the Purge. We're not really sure why, but he's armed. He has a ton of guns, and his car is all super reinforced and everything like that. And he's going out in the downtown area looking to do something. We don't really know what. So he's actually throwing himself in there willingly while the other two groups are trying to get away safe. And so time rolls around, 7 o'clock, and the couple Shane and Liz, they're trapped. They start running. The car is broken down. And then same time, Ava and her daughter Callie, they're in their house, and it starts getting attacked by sort of like a military-looking group. And eventually they all end up by Frank Grillo's character. And they all come together as a group, and they're all trying to survive. That's basically the plot. They're going around trying to avoid getting killed. And a couple things happen here and there. And again, it's a new movie. It's not even out yet, so I don't really want to ruin the whole plot or anything like that. But for one thing, it's got a lot of plot holes in it. So I didn't really like it that much. I'm giving it a 2 out of 5. The whole plot of the story, this Purge and the first one, are basically stay inside, right? Of course, they kind of put a spin on that with this one because their poor areas can't afford to protect themselves a little bit. But take 2 days off. The whole day of the Purge, the night of the Purge, and then the next day. Take those 2 days off. Don't go anywhere. But if they did that, there'd be no plot of the story, I guess. I didn't really like the characters. I really didn't get... You spend a lot of time with them, but you don't really start... I didn't really feel any sort of sympathy for the groups, even though you're with them. You're just kind of like, whatever. And it's kind of sad. You didn't really care for them. I thought the daughter was really annoying, Callie. There's so much exposition in this movie. There's just so much talking about stuff that's going on around them. They're here. The truck's here. Obviously, we see the truck. It's a movie. The group's here. Those people are here. Like people keep saying stuff like that. It's like, we get it. That's a movie. I see them. I just saw it in the last scene, the last shot. I don't know. A lot of that going on. They're just kind of spouting out what's happening around them. Like they need to explain what's on the screen. You don't. It's a movie. It's visual. And that was kind of annoying. And even just like the shot composition, I really didn't like. A lot of close-ups. A lot of close-ups and medium shots. The only wide angle shots were really wide of like the city. You can see some like cars driving around on the streets. But other than that, everything was super close up. I didn't like it, and it didn't give you the feeling of being claustrophobic or anything like that. I know sometimes it's used in that way. It didn't give you that sort of feeling or that sense. It just was annoying. Too much close up and medium. Back the camera away a little bit. Jeez. And a couple of the action scenes, you literally couldn't see what's going on. And there's nowhere for your eyes to look. It's just too jarring. Bad camera work. If you notice bad camera work in a movie, it's not a good sign. So, yeah, those are the things I didn't like about it. Like I said, the plot's pretty simple. And I didn't even see the first one. You don't really need to see the first one. This really makes me not want to go back and watch the first one. The only thing that does make me want to go back and maybe watch that is the fact that Ethan Hawke and Lena Headey are in it, and they're both really good actors. But, so this has more of a, like I mentioned, the first movie was more of a home invasion movie. But this has more of a feeling like The Warriors or Escape from New York are kind of the things that I thought of at first. You know, they're running around the streets and it's anarchy everywhere. Maybe a little less like Doomsday, that movie that came out. But just for a day, you know, in an otherwise normal society. Those are the couple things that I thought of for other movie references. One of the worst lines came towards the very end of the movie. And so literally 2 of the characters step out of a car and they're going towards a couple other characters and they're going to help somebody. And they say, "Do you have a car? Get your car." And I was just like, started laughing. As like, You literally just stepped out of a car to go help this person, and then you're asking somebody else if they have a car? I couldn't help but laughing. I was like, what? You just stepped out of a car, and you're asking somebody else for theirs? I didn't get it. I thought that was funny. That just like a bad attention to detail or what? But yeah, I would not recommend this. I wouldn't go see it in the theater. Don't spend the money. I guess if you get to go for free like I did, not sure. But I wouldn't even rent this. Like maybe being generous by giving it a 2. But that's what I'm gonna get. So yeah, real short. Yeah, I'm kind of just doing this one on the whim. I don't know if I have a sign off. I guess what they say in the movie: be safe. Don't get purged.